So, you've just seen me craft that item on roughly a 220 XL budget. And you're probably wondering, how can I do that as well? Well, I'll explain the process to you. Crafting in PoE2 is really simple once you know about it, but it's the process of learning about it. It's quite difficult when you're a newer player. And even I'm 700 hours in, and I've never really gotten into crafting until this last week. So, I'm going to go through it, I'm going to explain it to you so that you can understand it and transfer this knowledge to other pieces of gear. What we're going to do first is we're going to be taking a look at this website here. This is from the PoE database website, and these are all the possible prefixes and suffixes that you can land on your item. Now obviously on an item you can have 3 prefixes and you can have 3 suffixes. You cannot have the same prefix or the same suffix twice. And we can manipulate this using some different mechanics that have been introduced in the new league. Your first step is going to be to buy an item level 82 magic base with a high defensive stat and a high resist stat. Hybrid base body armor has a lower odd of rolling the flat defensive prefix, so I'd recommend using a pure base such as just armor, just evasion, just energy shield. For the next point, you want to use a greater essence to get another resist on your item. This could be your choice, it can be fire, cold, lightning, chaos, whatever you would like. For the next step, the item is now a rare, which means we can desecrate it, and we want to desecrate a prefix by using a preserved rib and an omen of sinistral necromancy. This is because there's a greater risk of something going wrong in the prefixes, so we want some more manual control over them. There are 6 other possible prefixes that we can land, and when we reveal our desecration, we get to choose from 3. So 3 out of 6, we kinda have a 50-50 chance. You could use an omen of Abyssal Echoes, but they're around 50 exalts each, so it's not worth buying 50 exalts when you could start this whole process again for roughly only 15 exalts. So don't waste an omen of Abyssal Echoes unless your base item was extremely expensive. For the next part then, you're going to reveal it, and if your desecration went well and you have a strong base, then you can continue. If it didn't go well, stop, because you haven't lost much, and it's not worth losing more out of a sunk cost fallacy, so you can stop if it went badly. Now for the next step, this is where it gets expensive. You're going to want to use an omen of homogenization, and we can use this wiki in front of us to think that we've already got 2 resistances, and when we use this omen of homogenization, it guarantees that we get a modifier of the same type as our current resistances. Sorry, current modifiers. Now, if we look at our tags, we've got one of these, and you either have a fire, cold, lightning, or chaos, all of which have the resistance tag, 3 of which have the elemental tag, but you can see none of these tags are shared in common with the other suffixes. This means when we homogenize our suffix, we are 100% getting another resist. However, on our prefixes, when we homogenize, we are definitely getting a defensive stat because that's all that we should have so far. However, the risk is we can get this hybrid life modifier, and that's kind of going to brick our item for the amount of investment that we're putting into it. So, what I recommend doing is using an omen of sinistral exaltation with your first homogenization. This is so you can do your prefix first. Use a greater or perfect exalt on it. If it goes well, brilliant, you can continue. If you get the hybrid life modifier here, it's up to you. You may want to stop crafting the item here. Then, once you've done your prefix, you can just use another omen of homogenization again on your suffix. You can use either a greater exalt or a perfect, depending on your budget. This one will 100% be a resistance that you're getting, and you just have to hope the numbers roll well. So if all goes well and you followed all these steps, you have created a seriously high evasion armor or energy shield body armor, and you have gotten yourself triple decent resistances out of it. You could either use this to make money, or you can use this for your own gear. In total, you're going to run yourself down maybe a divine and a half, and yeah, you're going to make a fantastic item that's more than usable. And you can use this logic on these websites, this process of elimination, and apply it to other gear. But you need to think really carefully when you're homogenizing. Check if any tags overlap with any modifiers that you don't want.